In this session, we will discuss about the frequency domain specifications, and it is a continuation from the last session. And we have discussed about the first frequency domain specification, that is resonant peak or MR, and we have got the equation for the resonant peak as 1 by 2 delta into square root 1 minus delta square, or it can be written as 1 by 2 epsilon into square root 1 minus epsilon square. Next frequency domain specification is resonant frequency omega r. And for getting the value of omega r, we are taking the equation, that is u equal to, we have an equation u equal to omega by omega n, and when we are going for normalized resonant frequency, we will get the equation ur equal to omega r divided by omega n, that will be equal to square root 1 minus 2 epsilon square. In this, omega r is the resonant frequency, so we can write the equation for omega r as omega r will be equal to omega n into square root 1 minus 2 epsilon square. So this will be the equation for the resonant frequency. Next, we want to find out the bandwidth, that is omega b, and we have the normalized bandwidth ub equal to omega b into omega n, and the frequency domain specification is omega b. So we want to find out the value of omega b, and we know that when u equal to ub, the magnitude of the closed loop system is 1 by root 2. So the equation for m will become, when we put u equal to ub, the equation for m is given by m is equal to 1 divided by 1 minus ub square whole square plus 4 epsilon square into ub square all raised to 1 by 2. Actually, this is the equation that what we are getting from the first frequency domain specification, that is resonant peak value of magnitude, that means resonant peak. So it is obtained from the first equation, first frequency domain specification, that is resonant peak mr, and in that case we got a value m equal to 1 by 1 minus u all square plus 1 minus u square all square plus 4 epsilon square u square all raised to 1 by 2, and in that equation we are putting u equal to ub. So we got this equation, and we know that the previous condition, when the resonant peak, when u equal to ub, then we will get the value of m as 1 by root 2. That is why we are substituting it is equal to 1 by root 2. And we can rearrange this equation, and we can also take the square of this equation. So the equation will become 1 minus ub square all square plus 4 epsilon square ub square equal to 2. So by rearranging this equation, and first we have to expand this term. When we are expanding this term, we will get the equation as 1 plus ub raised to 4 minus 2 ub square plus 4 epsilon square plus ub square equal to 2. So again, by reducing that equation, we will get ub raised to 4 minus 2 ub square into 1 minus 2 epsilon square minus 1 equal to 0. And in that equation, let us put ub square equal to x. So the equation will become x square minus 2 into 1 minus 2 epsilon square into x minus 1 equal to 0. And this is the equation similar to ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. So its solution can be found out by the equation minus b plus or minus root b square minus 4ac by 2a. So we will get the value of x as this term. But we know that x is equal to ub square. So ub will be equal to root x. So we have the value of x as 1 minus 2 epsilon square plus root 2 minus 4 epsilon square plus 4 epsilon raised to 4. And this ub will be equal to root x. So ub, we will get this equation. This we are taking the positive term. For taking the value of ub, we are taking the positive value of epsilon. So we will get the value of ub as 1 minus 2 epsilon square plus square root 2 minus 4 epsilon square plus 4 epsilon raised to 4 raised to 1 by 2. So we have the equation ub equal to omega b divided by omega n. We have to find out the bandwidth of omega b. So omega b will be equal to ub into omega n. So we got omega b equal to omega n into 1 minus 2 epsilon square plus square root 2 minus 4 epsilon square plus 4 epsilon raised to 4 all raised to 1 by 2. So this is the frequency domain specification for bandwidth. Next is the phase margin, gamma. For finding out the phase margin, we are taking the open loop transfer function of the second order system, and the open loop transfer function is equal to g of s is equal to omega n square divided by s into s plus 2 epsilon omega n. This is the open loop transfer function. And in order to get the sinusoidal transfer function, we have to substitute for s. That is s equal to j omega will give the sinusoidal transfer function. So we can substitute the value of s as omega, j omega. So we will get g of j omega equal to, instead of s we have substituted j omega. So we will get the omega n square divided by j omega into j omega plus 2 epsilon into omega n. And here, when we are, first term is this one, and when we are multiplying this term with omega n, suppose if we are multiplying this term with omega n, we have to divide this term by omega n. So in order to introduce the term omega n, we are multiplying and dividing each term with omega n. So first term will become omega n into j omega divided by omega n into next term will be equal to, if you are multiplying, if you are taking omega n outside from this term, here there is always a omega n term. When we are taking omega n outside here, then omega n into, it will become omega n into j omega divided by omega n plus 2 into epsilon. See, here we are introducing a term. First, in the first term we are introducing an omega n term, but when we are introducing an omega n term, we have to divide this term by omega n, and here there is an omega n term, we are taking omega n outside, so this term will become like this. So this in turn becomes 1 divided by j into omega divided by omega n into 2 epsilon plus j into omega by omega n. That the normalized frequency u is equal to omega divided by omega n. That means we have to substitute for omega by omega n as u. So here is a term omega by omega n, so we can replace it with u. So on substituting u is equal to omega by omega n, we will get the equation g of j omega will be equal to 1 divided by ju into 2 epsilon plus ju. This is simple substitution for omega by omega n equal to u. So we will get the equation for g of j omega as 1 by ju into 2 epsilon plus ju. And in this term, we can find the magnitude and phase. Magnitude can be obtained by taking the square root of imaginary and real term. And phase can be obtained by another equation, and for that we are taking that, for finding the phase, we have to take the equation tan inverse imaginary term divided by real term. That is equation for finding the phase angle. So first we will find the magnitude of g of j omega. So the magnitude of g of j omega is equal to 1 divided by, here this is a imaginary term, so its magnitude will be u, and this is a term and which contains real and imaginary part, so its magnitude will become 4 delta square plus u square. See, a plus ib is a rectangular form, then its magnitude is square root a square plus b square. That logic is we are applying here. So that will be equal to 1 by square root of u raised to 4 plus 4 epsilon square into u square. Here we are taking u inside. When you go inside to a square root, it will become u square, and we are multiplying that u square with every term inside this square root. So we will get this equation. And next is finding the phase of g of j omega. We know that the phase angle corresponding to 1 is 0, and phase angle corresponding to ju is 90 degree, and phase angle corresponding to this term is tan inverse u divided by 2 epsilon. So when a division term comes, the total phase angle will be equal to phase angle the total, when a division comes, the phase angle inside total phase angle will be equal to phase angle at the numerator minus phase angle at the denominator. So we are applying that equation here. So the phase angle of g of j omega will become, here at the numerator side phase angle is 0 degree, 0 degree minus phase angle of JU is 90 degree. So 0 minus 90 degree minus phase angle of this term is tan inverse u by 2 delta. So we will get the equation of phase angle as minus 90 degree minus tan inverse u by 2 epsilon. So at the gain crossover frequency omega gc, the magnitude of g of j omega is unity. We have the definition of gain crossover frequency. That means gain crossover frequency is a frequency at which the magnitude of g of j omega is unity. So we can apply that. So let the normalized gain crossover frequency is UGC, that will be equal to omega gc by omega n. So we can substitute the value of UGC in the equation, this one. So we will get a magnitude of modulus of g of j omega at a u equal to UGC. That will be, we can substitute for u as UGC. That will be equal to 1 divided by square root UGC all raised to 4 plus 4 epsilon square into UGC square equal to 1. That means at the gain crossover frequency, magnitude will be equal to 1. That is why we are equating it to 1. So we can rearrange this equation and we will get an equation like UGC raised to 4 plus 4 epsilon square into UGC square minus 1 equal to 0. In this case, for solving this equation, we are making a substitution that x equal to UGC square. So this equation will become x square plus 4 epsilon square x minus 1 equal to 0. So this is this equation similar to ax square plus bx plus c. So its solution can be found out by x is equal to minus b plus or minus root b square minus 4ac by 2a. If we are substituting for a, b and c, we will get the equation for x as minus 2 epsilon square plus or minus square root 4 epsilon raised to 4 plus 1. So for finding the value of UGC, we are taking only the positive values of epsilon. See here, x is equal to minus 2 epsilon square plus or minus symbol is there. We are taking only the plus symbol alone. So we will get the value of x as minus 2 epsilon square plus square root 4 epsilon raised to 4 plus 1. So UGC will be equal to square root of x. So UGC will be equal to square root of x. That is UGC will be equal to square root of minus 2 epsilon square plus square root 4 epsilon square 4 epsilon raised to 4 plus 1. So we will get the equation of UGC like this. So next we want to find out the phase margin. Phase margin has an equation gamma equal to 180 degree plus angle of g of j omega to omega equal to omega gc, comma u equal to UGC. So we have find out this value as minus 90 degree minus, see here, we have find its value as minus 90 degree minus tan inverse u by 2 epsilon. So we can substitute that equation. So we will get gamma equal to 180 degree plus minus 90 degree minus tan inverse UGC by 2 epsilon. So we will get the value of gamma as 90 degree minus tan inverse. Here instead of UGC, we can substitute this value. So we will get the equation like this. So this is the equation for the phase margin. Similarly, we have to find out gain margin. In the case of second order system, gain margin will be equal to infinity. So these are the frequency domain specifications.